in New York. I have made weight. I'm going to be facing the Dragon. That is on. I'm doing my press. I'm sitting at the press conference, and the way that this works, quite frankly, because everybody that's up here sucks at doing media, and I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but they're so bad about it that Bellator couldn't even schedule a normal press conference. They now go to what they call a press day. The way a press day works, we show up to what we think is a press conference. Instead, there's a bunch of chairs set out, scattered throughout the room, and everybody who is invited to be part of this, which I would believe would be the main card fighters, then have a little name tag, and they go sit in their seat. The press gets turned loose, and you see who comes up and talks to them. Okay, fine. Actually, it's nothing to do with my story, other than when I'm sitting there, I look across the room, and who do I see? My buddy T.J. Dillashaw. I said, TJ, I'm cutting weight. I got a level of misery. I'm stressed out about my fight, and I got a podcast to do. Could you come bail me out? He said, man, I'll be there. What time do you need me? I said, how about right now? So TJ Dillashaw, yes. Welcome, and thank you.
I'm very surprised you're doing this on weigh-in day, but it's awesome.
I'm on the grind, man.
It's good.
I got a commitment. I got an audience. I got an obligation. And you know what, TJ, if I can tell you, I've been at this 4.5 years. I have never missed a day of work. I was so sick last week. I missed my first day.
Really?
I missed my first day in 4.5 years. I love saying I've been doing this and then filling however long, and I've never missed a day. I missed a day.
Okay.
And I am not going to miss another one.
It's quite impressive, man. It's quite impressive, I must say.
I got to tell you, as soon as I saw you, I thought, well, what is TJ doing here? So you must be cornering. Mm-hmm. And so I asked around, Archuleta?
Yeah.
Tough fight.
Yeah, very tough fight. Yeah, he's got a good, but it's a good name. It's a big fight, but the guy's tailor-made for his style. Those Nova União guys, they all fight the same on their feet. He's very defensive and kind of a boring fighter. He likes to put his hand out and really block you coming in. He only strikes coming forward, and Juan's an aggressive guy. The way this fight's going to go down is Juan's going to use his angles, get outside his left hand, push him up against the cage, take his back. He always gives his back up. I mean, you watch the Joe Warren fight. Yep. The takedowns were easy, and you just give his back up and be happy there. And so Juan's just going to grind him out.
I've got to call 2 of Juan's fights, and I'm close. I'm sure I'm off the top of my head, but he's like 23-1 or something. I mean, he has some crazy record. So he's a former wrestler. He's running around with you, so I'm paying close attention to the guy. He puts a pace. I mean, he's a competitor. Yes. He comes in, he's mean.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, Dantas is very good. I don't know how mean he is.
Yeah.
Archuleta's mean. I mean, he's got bad intentions. Mm-hmm. I respect him.
Mm-hmm. He's the hardest worker I've ever worked out
really?
With. He's one of those guys that's a never say no guy. He's at every practice, and when obviously he's smart too. He's got Sam Calaviti behind him telling him when he needs to slow it down, but he's one of those guys that never has to. He's in such good shape year round. So
does Coach Cal slow it down? Is that something that he has?
He'll I mean, not at his workouts.
I was gonna say, 'cause I never got part of the slowdown.
He makes sure we show up fresh for his workouts. But like I say, if we're not recovering through the night, he's listening to our heart rates when we wake up in the morning and we're not as recovered as we should be. Make sure you take it slow this day, champ, and then make sure we lead back up to another hard strength conditioning program, because he pushes us very hard. Sometimes our practices will be like 3 hours with him, so.
Kevin Lee did a Coach Cal workout and said it was the hardest thing he's ever done. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was like expression. And he goes, no, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. And I never went back.
Yeah.
He said it was so hard that I told myself, that's bad, that I'm going to grind myself down. He goes, it was that difficult. I just wanted it to be over. Yeah. And I know what that's about. I trained with Coach Cal for a meaningful period of time, and there was a couple of workouts where he could not come. So he sent his daughter in his place. Now, she was only 18. She was a little small girl. We did everything that she said because we were scared it would get back to him. It was a respect issue. And absolutely. I didn't know what would happen. I only was with him on good days when he was in a good mood. I didn't know what would happen if you pissed him off. So we did everything she said. And she wasn't any easier, TJ.
Yeah, I mean, she follows, everything he's got laid out. The guy's more knowledgeable than anyone I've ever met, and Kevin Lee's right. I've never had a harder workout in my entire life as well, of all the years of competing, than working out with Coach Cal. But I've also never recovered as well, and as my body's never felt like the way it's felt because of it either too. So.
By the way, David Taylor.
Oh yeah.
Did you train alongside him? Did you get to?
I have trained alongside him.
So you heard about his knee.
Yep.
And the beat the streets, and he's out. I got TJ. I
so
knew
rough.
Something happened. You know what? Whenever there's a knee injury and you watch it and go, I don't see what you did wrong there. I don't see it twist. It's always something really bad. Every time. There's never a knee injury where you go, it looks like there's nothing. Just put some ice on it. Never. It's always an ACL, an MCL.
Yeah, he did everything. I mean, it's bad too. It's a good one.
Yeah.
He seems in good spirits though. He's staying in the gym, and Sam's got him. Sam trains him remotely, so he's seems like he's in good spirits. That's all you can really hope for.
That's all you can hope for.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Final X? Did you watch, by example, Jaden Cox, Bo Nickel?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you missed a great match.
Yeah, I didn't.
In an even better series, they won't get the credit. The best heavyweight series I've ever seen. You ready for that term?
Mm-hmm.
Gable Stevens just finished his freshman year at Minnesota versus Gwiz.
Okay.
I mean, this was heavyweights.
Yeah.
12 minutes. These score points going up on the board. Strategy,
Really?
Heart, guts. Yeah.
Stuff you only see with the lighter weights usually.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
cool.
Even when Bruce Baumgarten was making his run, you're too young. Do you know the name Bruce Baumgarten?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Course.
Okay.
Yeah.
He never had that opponent. It was just Bruce. Bruce could just win anything, particularly in America. And so now the heavyweights, you've got all this iron on iron, and it made for something very special. Let's steer back to fighting.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view was just last week, and I'm going to assume that you saw it. Let's talk Tony Cowboy. What'd you make of the fight?
I'm not one that goes home and watches fights in general unless I'm game planning for someone or watching an opponent for Juan. It even gave me kind of a little bit of anxiety. Like, it's almost like taking work home with you, make me think I'm getting ready to watch or to fight. And so I'm not one that like watches as a fan. And as of late, I've been even more so that way. I've kind of steered away from watching it. I saw some highlights. I heard about it, but I didn't watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even without seeing the fight, and I bring that up because it ended a little bit of controversy, and only a little bit, but it was still there.
Yeah.
And here's the deal, though. Tony Ferguson was the world champion and never lost.
Yeah.
But he's no longer the world champion.
Yeah.
Solve that riddle. If you're brand new,
he's got
figure
a raw
that riddle
deal.
out.
He's got a super raw deal, yeah.
So, as you look forward, the big question comes, what do you do with Tony? Now, the obvious answer is you give him a title shot.
Yeah.
But it's not quite that easy because 1 or 2 days before that fight took place, they made the announcement it's going to be Poirier versus Khabib. We also we don't have to be Columbo to figure out that when Conor comes back, he's only coming back for Khabib.
Yeah.
So it ties Khabib up.
Yeah.
That's my point. It just ties Khabib up.
I mean, they can't have Conor fight in a fight that's not for the title because it's got to be pay-per-view.
There you
right?
go.
So.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not going to work. Conor's not a journeyman anymore.
Yeah.
I don't believe.
Yeah.
I haven't spoke to him in a meaningful period of time, but I do follow his career through the media. I feel like I have a good pulse on everybody, quite frankly.
You do.
Yeah, he's not coming back unless it's Khabib. He's not coming back to fight Justin Gaethje, by example.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me lay this math out for you and tell me if you think my deduction is right. But going back to Tony, it's heartbreaking. He's not getting the title shot. He's just not. He's just not. Even if he go, okay, I'm going to sit around, I'm going to wait for. Well, Tony's been sitting around. He had the knee injury, he had all these different things. Now you're going to make him sit around until December. This sport doesn't. It moves too fast. So I believe that Tony is going to fight. If I'm right on that, the question becomes who. And again, I think we can take Conor out, as you and I just eliminated.
Yeah.
Of course, we can take Khabib and Poirier out in the short term because we've just eliminated them. Nate Diaz is now apparently busy with Pettis, so we can eliminate him, but it does leave us with one great option. Justin Gaethje. What do you think? Good idea.
I saw someone put it on social media, and I already saw that was like in the talks, and I was like, I love it. I love that fight. I mean, Gaethje will always be an entertaining fight. I mean, he doesn't have the footwork or the athleticism to be boring.
Sure.
He's going to stand there, and he's got heavy hands. He's going to slug it out with you and hope for his chance. And then Tony Ferguson is just a straight psycho. So, yeah, that'd be an awesome fight.
Have you ever been in the room with Tony?
No, not really. I mean, I've obviously said hi to him and passed by each other, but I've never really been.
I don't know if you've ever been in a practice room. I have seen him. And he works hard.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Tony Ferguson works hard, but
yeah.
I mean, I've seen him get kicked out of the practice room. He's in there so long and wore so many guys out. When everybody quit and went to the showers, there's no one left. Then he'd go over to the heavy bag. I mean, it was a really remarkable thing of how hard he worked. I will tell you just for fun, I won't get my way, but I would like to see your facial reaction. You want to know what would make that fight even better? If it was 3 rounds. That changes everything. It changes the conditioning. It changes Tony's greatest weapon, that pace.
Yeah.
It would be a more interesting fight to sit around and break down and dialogue about if it was 3 rounds. It really would.
I think a 5-round fight would be kind of a no-brainer. That I think it'd be Ferguson. I mean, even watching Gaethje fight 3-round fights, I mean, he gets tired, you know.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, I think that actually makes the most sense. Would be a 3-round fight.
And it would change who you thought was going to win. See, I'm with you. If you do 5, I'm in. I'm watching it, but I know who's going to win this fight. You do it 3 rounds, not so fast. Cowboy, I know you said you didn't watch the fight, but I'll tell you this, and it may surprise you. Cowboy won the first round.
Yeah.
And then the second round, I'm quite sure that Tony won it. However, there was 2 takedowns. Cowboy got them both. Cowboy took him down twice. Now, he couldn't hold him there.
Okay.
But judges do care about that. I mean, it would have been interesting. It is quite possible that Cowboy was up 2 rounds to none. I don't think. I think it was 1-1.
Okay.
But I'm saying that was a 3-round fight. Who knows what would have happened? And that's where some of the controversy came in that you missed.